So I am starting my own YouTube channel, and these are my first couple videos, so bear with me. I wanted to take the moment to do a short mindfulness and meditation. So one thing you will need, I just have a pillow cushion. If you have a bolster, that's perfect. But if you don't have any of these things, you can just use a blanket. You're going to place it underneath the base of your spine, so you're lengthening through your spine. So lifting so it's easier to sit on the floor. If sitting on the floor is not comfortable enough for you, you can grab a chair, or you can sit in a couch or wherever is comfortable. Okay. So when you think of mindfulness, what do you think of? For me, mindfulness is being aware of our environment, our five senses, not being stuck in pilot mode. Mindfulness brings attention to certain parts of your body, not just your mind, obviously, but it also brings attention to your breath. So I'm just going to go over a few things. So mindfulness for beginners, think breathing. Breathe in and hold for about 3 counts and exhale. Anywhere from 5 to 10 breaths is a good start for beginners. So, for example, if I were to show you how to do this, I would inhale, create a seal under your lips, inhale through your nose. As you inhale, you're going to expand the belly out away from the body. That's going to create more space to inhale. And then as you exhale, again, exhale through the nostrils. Allow the belly to come back to place, back into the belly button, into spine, and then continue. So let's try a few rounds together. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. So you'll notice by doing the belly breathing, you're creating more space to inhale. My chest opens, my belly opens, my shoulders open. And then when I exhale, all those things just return back to normal. You still want to make sure you have a nice erect spine and you're inhaling. You can imagine kind of like elevators. As you're inhaling, you're starting at the base of your spine. You're inhaling all the way up till you reach the top of your head. And then when you exhale, you're exhaling the elevator back down to normal. Okay? So that's just a helpful way to breathe. Do one thing at a time. This includes when you're eating, just eat. When you're checking emails, just check emails. So how many of you like to multitask or try to multitask or have been told that it's a very good trait to be a multitasker? I do it all the time. I'm a mom of 3. I juggle multiple part-time jobs. Certainly not now because of our orders to stay home because of COVID. But multitasking is what we're taught to do, and we're taught that it's a good trait to have as, if you work in any job. And we think that, if you're a parent, that multitasking is absolutely necessary because, you have this long list that you want to do and you want to get all those things checked off before, the end of your day so that you can start fresh the next day and you continue your list all over again. What about if you're checking emails? Do you have multiple browsers up? I'm also guilty. If you're going to check email, just check email. Get that done and out of the way. Don't keep going back to it multiple times a day. Drawing your attention to this is definitely going to bring you more alert and mindful of these things. Notice your senses. So you want to try to, this is a really good one if you have anxiety attacks or if you have problems focusing on just one thing, anxiety. Again, guilty. Um, but I'm human. I'm just like anybody else, you know, struggling with something that I'm trying to be more mindful of and not necessarily fix, but bring it to my attention so I don't do it as often. So, a good practice you can do is if you ever get into this state of mind and you're just like, I can't concentrate, my mind has a million things, a million browsers are open up here, the balls are in the air, and if I don't do them all quick, the balls are going to fall. And then I'm going to be a wreck. I'm going to have a nervous breakdown. I'm going to do whatever I need to do, you know? So, listing 2 things you can taste, touch, smell, hear, see in the right now, the present moment, can help you be more mindful. So, like right now, I am in a space where it's confined. So obviously, if you can get out to the nature, this would be really great to do. But right now, I'm in this tight space. So things I hear outside, I can hear the birds chirping, and I can hear the traffic going by my house. 2 things I can see. If I look out my window, I can see the wind blowing through the tree. Thing I can physically see would also be, it doesn't have to be something either that would make you feel better necessarily. You just identifying that item and you're actually focusing mindfully. That's what I'm identifying. Something I can smell. I can't necessarily smell anything right now. It's just, you know, I'm just mindful that I have oxygen moving in and out of my lungs. That's being mindful. Something I can see here, touch, would be the physical ground. What would be better is to touch the physical ground outside, ground your feet. If it's cold outside, that's probably not going to happen, but those are good things to do. Get out in nature and do these senses, identify your senses. Mindful eating is huge. How many of you just eat to eat? How many of you actually eat to nourish your body? Be mindful of when you're eating is absolutely important because our society is so quick to get things done so that they're done, so that it's done. Next time you sit down to eat, just inhale the aroma of what you prepared. Notice how it makes it brings a state of mind. Notice how it makes your belly rumble like, I'm so excited to eat this. Taste. So the texture, really like allow it to sit on your palate and taste it. Enjoy the taste. Don't just chew it to swallow it. Mindfully, you can tell yourself, this food is nourishing my body. I am eating this food to nourish my body. Can even flip the switch and be like, I am not just eating this food to eat it. I'm eating this food so that I am healthy. Think of any kind of affirmation. So affirmations can be anything to put a positive spin onto things. Okay, so I am eating mindfully is a really good way to start. Okay, mindful walking. So if you like to walk, you're already doing it. Mindful walking doesn't have to look like anything. in particular, it's just getting out into the nature, taking a walk, and doing it mindfully. So bringing attention to what your thoughts are at the moment. Are you thinking of that long list that you have to do and you're not really walking to satisfy anything? Think of like your surroundings. What do you smell? What do you hear? What do you see? Your five senses are incorporated into mindful walking. Another mindfulness beginner is a body scan. So some of you might not even know what this is. I like to do this in my meditations, guided meditations in my yoga classes. It's a really great way to bring attention to your body. So you're actually going to concentrate on a certain part of your body, and you're going to send your breath to that body part. So you're acknowledging that you're bringing oxygen to that part. And if that part is naggy or hurts, or just in general, you've been feeling like, it doesn't hurt, but I feel like it's going to hurt. So your body's actually whispering to you that address this now before your body starts screaming to you and you're in extreme either pain or why do I hate my body so much? Why is my body doing this to me? Like, don't create havoc onto yourself. Do a body scan, send breath to that body part. It's just a good way to bring awareness to that tension of the body. Okay. So a couple of key points that I like to go over is called, the first one is calm. So I'm just going to read this off of something that I had found, and I think it's really helpful. The ability to calm your mind when you're under pressure is crucial to a healthy mindset. Calmness comes when you bring awareness to what's happening in and to what you're thinking. So how often are you calm a day? Maybe very often now that if you aren't an essential worker and you are home because you were ordered to stay home and you can't go to your job anymore. But how awesome would it be if you're calm and if you are an essential worker, which is very, I don't know, probably hard to be right now because, you're constantly worried and you're worried about maybe weakening your immune system and bringing the sickness home to your family. And that can be scary. But having that sense of calmness and while you're taking your precautions also could help you too. Clarity. Having a clear idea of what's important to you is key to dealing with indecision. Get clear on your priorities, goals, and values to help remove the overwhelm that comes from the uncertainty. So find some clarity into excuse me, into what you're trying to focus on. Become more clear with your priorities. What's more important than, scrubbing that kitchen floor? What's more important than, I don't know. So bringing clarity actually can really be sometimes not clear, obviously. So maybe journaling can bring some clarity to your mind. I never really could get into journaling, and I'm not saying journaling every day is necessary, but journaling can help as far as bringing clarity to your mindfulness. So finding a book that has journal prompts is helpful. I found that very helpful. Or just simply just writing what you're feeling, getting your thoughts down onto paper, putting your bookmark in there, even if you don't need to finish it. If you need to scream into the paper, do it. Okay? If you need to write the one good thing that happened to you today, do it. You can go back and look at that journal and wonder if it still serves you. That thought serves you. Compassion. One of the biggest contributors to an unhealthy mindset is lack of compassion towards yourself. Be kind to yourself and focus less on how you compare to others. This is huge. You want to know why? Because we're always comparing ourselves to others. How you can do it better, how you can be just like that person. You are your own person, individual human who has the stride to do all that you can to be your individual self. Okay? And the number one thing that we forget to do for ourselves is self-care, self-love. This looks differently to everybody. There is some kind of discussion about what real self-love looks like. But to me, honestly, whatever you can do to help treat yourself. So this discrepancy of self-love is, it's not to treat you, it's to do things that's out of the ordinary and that you haven't done for a while for yourself, or even sat down and loved yourself. So if it's hard for you to look in a mirror, what will it take you to look in that mirror for a good 2 minutes, and then 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, until that you're happy with yourself? So you don't have to be, skinny, muscular. To me, everybody's beautiful. Making fun of somebody because of the way they look is just not okay, not in my book. Even if it's just a joke and trying to be funny. Everyone is beautiful in their own way. And no matter what religion or spirit you serve, whatever God or whatever you follow, I believe we were put here for a reason. And it definitely is not to bring ourselves down, have low self-esteem, and hate ourselves for how we physically look or how we physically react to ourselves. So this is very important. Compassion can bring so much clarity to mindfulness. Concentration is about commitment and dedication to yourself. Keep your focus on your goals and what is important to you, rather than distractions from outside sources. So this is going to be probably hard, especially since if you're stuck in your home and you have nothing to do, there are things for you to do. Break it up. If you like to binge watch a certain show on, Netflix, or if you're just using your day to just, relax, and if it means binge watching or binge reading, or baking all day, or cooking, meal prepping, whatever that is, focus your concentration on something. Maybe it's something that you miss doing, a hobby, crocheting, drawing. Now that trout seasons was opened up, fishing, playing with your kids. And I'm going to say it. Masturbation. If you don't love yourself enough to touch yourself, there's a certain kind of love for that. Okay, so if you don't do this, it doesn't even have to be about having an orgasm. It's just having that sensuality of touching yourself. The concentration on being able to stand, to being able to do that to yourself. That is so important, okay? Courage. When you procrastinate and avoid taking action, you stay stuck in the same place you've always been. Find the courage to take action even if you don't feel ready. How many are stuck in thoughtful, hurtful patterns, continuous cycles? You want to change, but you're not sure how to change. Maybe just one change, one slight little thing could help you one destructive thing that could help you change. Take the courage to be able to change something for your day. Maybe it's going to take a walk, doing that mindful walk. Maybe it's sitting with yourself, which I'm coming to in a sec. Finding the courage to be able to do that for yourself is another key point to mindfulness. So, sitting with yourself is next. Sitting with yourself is something that we don't nearly do enough. And when I say that, it doesn't have to look the same. So that brings me to meditation. Meditation is sitting with yourself, sitting with your thoughts, and being able to sit there for however long you need to. As a beginner starting a meditation, I can tell you for myself, it was wretched. It was horrible. It was the most horriblest thing I've ever done in my life, if I were to explain it. During my yoga teacher training, she had us meditate for half of a morning. For me to sit still for half of a morning, so from 7:30 in the morning until 12 in the afternoon, not being able to communicate with anybody, not being able to talk to anybody, turn the radio on, turn the TV on, do anything but except sit with myself. It was horrible. Not something I was prepared for. It's because my meditation to me looked differently. So I'm not saying that meditation needs to look the same, but if you want to begin this as a practice, it would be really great for during this, time or any time that you feel overwhelmed and you can't handle a situation. So being able to do this could help. So a lot of the monks, what they do when they meditate, they set timers, except their timers are longer and strung out. So you can try to do this for yourself. Start small, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, or even 5. Just be aware that the timer can be jolting to you. I've tried that in the past and it wasn't for me. But it did help get me started. So a timer can be helpful to you. So also finding a comfortable seat is helpful. If you can't sit on the floor, sit in a chair. If the couch is more comfortable, sit there. Your bed. You want to alleviate distractions. So if we're going to be sitting with ourselves, we want to find a place, a sacred place for ourselves that we can go there each time. So it's going to feel comfortable, sacred, quiet, and trusting. So if you're a parent and you can't find a quiet place right now, find a closet. It sounds funny, but it could be your new meditation spot. Take things there that are create comfort, calmness, nothing that's going to create havoc or stress. Okay, so candles, incense, your diffuser if you have essential oils. So those are all smells that could help with your meditation, which is also great because you're incorporating your senses. I don't encourage using music right away, just because that can be hard to concentrate. However, if you have a busy mind and you need some kind of sound to get you there, then you want to create a soft, gentle sound. So maybe if you have Spotify or Google Play or whatever you use for your music, just look up sound healing. Those are great. You can find sounds of birds, streams, the nature. Nature is really great. If you can get outside and do a meditation, the nature is going to be your best bet. Just use the nature as natural sounds. If you don't feel... So let me just separate something. Meditation is not for sleeping. Meditation is not for taking a nap. meditation is for you to be subconsciously awake, except you're moving inward and you're going to your unconscious state of mind. So, third eye is your sixth chakra. It's located to the brow line or the center of your forehead, and that is your unconscious state of mind. This is where we go. If your mind is thinking overstimulated, that is your ego talking to you, trying to get you to stay out of your subconscious mind. You want to avoid your ego. So the things that I do to avoid my ego, because my mind's constantly rolling, is I say, stop. Do not think like that anymore. And when I'm breathing in my meditation, I actually do the mantra Soham, spelled S-O space, and then it's H-A-M, but it's pronounced hum. So in my mind, on the inhale, I'll say, so hum. But you want to concentrate on your breathing, and you're going to say that internally in your mind so that you can concentrate. So that is how I actually keep my mind centered when I sit with myself. Okay. So I'm going to do just maybe like 2 or 3 minutes of a short meditation just to kind of get you started as a beginner. Okay. So grab yourself a comfortable seat, quiet, relax your shoulders down, away from your ears, lengthen your spine, notice your breath. Just regular breathing. You want to soften your gaze. So when I say that, it's just gently allow your eyes to relax. Notice your body. Soften your jaw, your forehead, your shoulders. When you're ready, you can soften your eyes closed. Bring awareness to your breath. Inhale, expand your belly. Hold through 3. Exhale. Allow your belly to come back to your body. Inhale. Exhale. Thoughts start to come back into your mind. You want to focus on that breath. And so hum. Allow your breath to soften and just to breathe easy. Notice the gentle fall of your chest, the rise as you inhale, and the fall as you exhale. Notice the gentleness in your breath, the ease of your body. Bring awareness back to your breath. Bring awareness to your mind. Notice compassion for yourself. Notice clarity. Courage for sitting here, being within the present moment. Calmness. The ability to concentrate. Slowly open your eyes. Bring your hand to your heart and your other hand to your sacral space. That's just below the belly button. Inhale. Feel your chest and your belly expand against your hands. Exhale. Feel them to collapse. Noticing your 5 senses here. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Thanks for checking out my mindfulness for beginners and my short meditation. Hope to see you next time. Thanks.